Good morning, Cancers. How are you guys doing today? Or maybe it's good afternoon or good evening, wherever you guys are. So welcome if you're watching this recorded. My name is Patty. I'm here to do your intuitive tarot. I'm an empath that is highly intuitive. However, these messages that I get are from Divine or somebody that he allows to come through. This is for your future, your journey, your troubles, your challenges, your struggles. If you have a question for him, if you're on the fence for him and waiting for an answer, hopefully this will help you today and bring you some peace and some clarity. All right, so let's get started. This is for the week of the 7th through the 13th. I will be doing some astrology as well as numerology with this. However, the source of my readings is the Divine. So if you don't like the Divine, you're in the wrong place. Anyway, there is a new moon on the 10th, guys. So there is going to be some energies. If you guys are having problems communicating, or you're sort of arguing or having some tension between a couple of people, that's the Mercury Retrograde. Just know that retrograde is ending the 22nd. So try not to try to diffuse things. Try to not argue. Try to maybe let things lay for a little bit until that energy dies down. So the closer we get to the 22nd, the less it is. However, we have two other retrogrades still happening, Saturn and Pluto, but that will change the energies because Mercury is sort of a little bit of a fighter and likes to cause problems. So that's where that is on the 10th. That's the only thing I got going. The new moon on the 10th, the retrogrades. You can go to the full moon reading that I did before and see some of these energies of the retrogrades and what they are doing in your life because they're still going on. So I did talk a lot about the retrogrades in that video, the last full moon video of May. All right. So let's see what these other two energies. I already have the Divine energy, and definitely somebody is trying to make a choice or a decision about something. And the Divine is going to hopefully help you with that. It's definitely an acknowledgement of having to make a choice. It's how you're going to make that choice. So hopefully you'll get some clarity here today. All right. So let's see what we've got going with these other energies. Oh my goodness. That's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I would expect that. Because that's the way the Divine works. All right. So yes, if you're brand new to tarot, I am using oracles to begin. It's sort of a theme of what he is trying to say and what he is trying to get these energies out, the current energies and the future energies. My future energies, I do look at the planets a lot of what is going on, because the first card, Divine, and the third card are a lot about energies, and they actually pretty much run the same course. It's really amazing if you look at astrology and Divine, but Divine is our source. All right. So his card is making a choice. And that's the number 3 in numerology, which means you have to acknowledge that there is a choice to be made. Well, duh, you already know that, right? However, what way are you going to go? If you look at this beautiful, beautiful artwork, you've got a light door and you've got a darker door. Okay. The darker door would be the harder way, not your journey, not your calling. It's more what you want. The lighter door is more what you need. A lot of the times, and the darker door is going to be more worldly, and the lighter door is going to be more spiritual. So if you're in a fork in a road, this is the time to sort of look at which way you want to live your life and way you want to go. I used to live worldly. I don't live that way anymore. But I am living in the world, so parts of me has to base that. However, my decisions are based on the way the Divine wants me to go. So this is something that he might be trying to bring out or waken you to make you aware. How are you making your choices? Because a lot of the times when we make a choice, we're like, how do I decide on this? How do I do this? How do I make this happen? And it's just like we're thinking from our head and not our heart, because we're thinking that we have to control it and make it happen, rather than saying, all right, Divine, second dimension, universe, whatever you want to call. I call Divine God or Divine, or I will call him Holy Spirit. Which way do you want me to go? How do you want me to go? And literally, he will answer you or show you a sign. And whether I like it or not, I go that way, because I've learned the hard way going through that dark door all my life. And until I turned that around 180, life became awesome. It's very spiritual, but things just began to open up. All right. So current energy is 7th through the 13th. And with that new moon in there, we've got the number 5 and ride the wave. Take it easy. Go with the flow. Try not to control, because the number 5, for somebody, that's going to be really, really hard, because the number 5 is very unstable. It's like a new energy. It's uncomfortable. It's out of the box. It's not something that you really want to do, but it's like, okay, I'll give it a try, kind of a thing. And when you ride the waves, you're just going with it, and you're going to see how it goes. So when you, he just knows how to work these cards. The thing is, when you're going with the flow, then you're going to see your decision. If you say, Divine, okay, I'm going to leave it up to you which way you want me to go. Which way do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to decide? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I do this? Do I not do this? Do I say it? Do I not say it? So I'm going to leave that up to you. Give me a little hint, and he will give you a hint in your intuition. He will give you a sign through something or what somebody says, and it's going to hit you like you just ran into a wall. Oh, okay, that's it. Okay, but you're going to wait. That's the hard part. Wait, and just go with the flow until you get that answer, because he's going to give you details. Details. This is your future energy. This is also the planet energy. I would say this is more Saturn energy than Pluto, but working together, it could be a little bit more clear. So you have to pay attention to the details in the future, and also to the messages that you're getting. The intuition or something that you see, oh, maybe that's it. Maybe, and then you have to get a confirmation from Divine saying, is this what you want me to do? Confirm it, please. He will confirm it. And this is also the number 7. This is for your potential, your ambition, your journey, your path, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So for those of you that are brand new to tarot, these are oracles, and this is sort of the theme of how I do this. And if you're not sure how I do my readings, there is a video there for you if you're brand new, how I do my readings. And then in the next step, we go into the tarot cards. Now, I'm going to be doing, there's several ways to do spreads, many spreads. And also, you can make up your own spread. However, the spread that I'm going to be using is called a 7-card spread. This is a different spread than usual. Oh, dear. I say, oh, dear, because I'm like, okay, I can sort of see already where it's going to go. But it also will tell me your strengths, your weaknesses. It will also tell me your things that are holding you up and your challenges, things that you need to avoid. All right, so let's see what we got going here. But the overall theme is about this choice that is supposed to be made. Okay. And riding the wave this week. Take it easy this week. Don't stress. Like I said, we're in Mercury Retrograde. If you're starting to argue, starting to pick you got to pick your battles. Definitely pick your battles this week. Definitely pick your battles this week, because, and if you're going to start arguing, say, you know what, why don't we just diffuse this, take a break, let's not talk right now, because it's going to go into an argument or fight that we don't want to go into, kind of a thing. And one more, please. So this is something that you want to diffuse, okay? You just take it easy. All right. Need one more card here. All right. Ooh, that's a challenge. Okay. Okay, thank you. I thank you for that. They just gave me something on that card. So let me see here. So for some of you, may have started life out. So we've got the 9 of Pentacles. So some of you have maybe started out, this sort of was another reading, more with things handed to you, things that your family was either middle class or upper class, or you just, things became easy because things were handed to you. This really didn't bring you balance, because you're going to end up having to work harder as an adult because they enabled. So when we enable somebody, we actually hinder somebody. It's sort of like in addiction. If somebody's in an addiction, they said, and their drug of choice is alcohol, and they're like, hey, would you go buy a 6-pack for me at the store? And you say, sure, I'm going to the grocery store anyway. You're enabling their addiction. You say, no. If you want to buy your own beer, you buy your own beer. I'm not going to enable you in your addiction. And that sounds mean and cruel, but no, you're actually helping them. But that's what sort of happened in somebody's life, is that they were enabled. Oh, okay, I'll buy you that. Oh, okay. Or they're spoiled. Put it that way. They were spoiled. And so it's harder for you to make decisions because somebody was making them already for you. So that is not easy for you. Okay. So also during this time, your balance is not quite there. It's not there because somebody's making decisions for you, or you're just making not the right decisions. Okay. And that's just could be due to a lot of things and not to your fault. It could be due to the way that you were brought up. It could be due to trauma. It could be due to just people you hang out with are not a good choice to hang out with, and they make poor decisions, and then you just sort of follow suit. There's a lot of reasons why that could be happening. However, the balance is not quite there right at the moment. Okay, we have the Page of Wands. So sort of a message coming to you. So maybe divine is getting ready to give you that answer of how to make your decision or what to make your decision on. And you're being asked to follow your intuition. Now, didn't I say that in the very beginning? Go with the flow until you hear your confirmation. Okay. When you hear that confirmation or see it, or it will nudge you, or that little voice in your head, or whatever it is, your message to you personally, then you need to follow that intuition. Whether you believe it or not, try believing in it just once and see how the outcome comes, because you're trying to stand your ground. This is part of your qualities that sort of hold you back, because you want to stand your ground. You're a great thinker. Oh my gosh, you think really hard before you act. However, sometimes you limit yourself, because with the Three of Pentacles there, it's like you may think too much, and then you're like, well, I already know that, so I don't need to learn it, or I don't need to learn anything new. When in all reality, the whole process of life is you never stop learning. So you also are guarded for some reason. And you're just like, well, yeah, I want to move forward, but I'm a little afraid to move forward. Or you jump into things too quickly without thinking. But it is to do with your learning process. This is sort of the part that hinders you. You either jump in too quick without thinking, or you think too much. And then you think, okay, well, I already know that, or I already know this, or I already, whatever. And then that you just stunted your growth because you think you know everything. Now, you might know somebody this way, that they think they know everything. And in all reality, that's a dangerous person. Because if they know everything, how can they grow? And they really don't know everything because they're not dead yet. Because once you are gone on, then you can actually see a lot more things than what you can know. All right. So the thing is, this is what's hindering you. So somebody with the Page of Swords, there's going to be another message. You've got two messages coming in. This is interesting because you've got the Page of Wands on one side of the Queen of Cups, and then you've got the Page of Swords. And he is definitely looking at the Queen. Look at the Page of Swords. He is looking at the Queen. And he's delayed. He's delayed his message because somebody really has to pay attention to listen to their intuition. It's like he's waiting for you to say, okay, I'm going to follow the unconventional way and wait till I hear something, go with the flow until I hear something, because there is a delay in this process or this message. And I'm going to go with the flow, and then I'll go with that, because then that might be the truth of the way that I need to go. And then if you follow it, it is amazing, because here's the thing that you need to avoid is stop believing in worldly wisdom more than the spiritual unknown wisdom. This is your challenge card. So it's the card that you don't usually go to. This is the Emperor, to somebody for advice. You take your own advice, and then sometimes we get ourselves into trouble. And sometimes we need to have more wisdom from somebody older who's been there, who's done that, and who has gone through the trenches and doesn't want you to go through those trenches that they went through. All right? So Cancers, you need to reach out to somebody that does know who's been there, done that. Okay? This is where the details come in. This is where your future energies come in. And that is your Mercury, Pluto, Saturn retrograde. Mercury is just bucking it. It doesn't want you to do that, because if you start getting wisdom in the area that you want to go, for example, for those of you that are in careers or want to change careers, or because we got Pentacles here, want to change careers or education or your jobs, or maybe even move financially, then you have to get information. You have to learn the tools of the trade. You have to move forward and be open to going with the flow, because your greatest asset is being adaptable to whatever it is that you're going into. Because if you're frigid and you're not flexible, you're going to struggle. You have to be adaptable to whatever it is that you're facing in the decision that you're facing to go into. This could be work, this could be school, this could be a love relationship, this could be moving, this could be whatever it is. I don't know what it is for you. All right? So let's see what else Divine has to say about those. This is about your future. Now we have the Page of Wands here, who is very creative, who is looking for the future. It is a message for your future. But again, we have both of these pages staring at the Queen of Cups, who is all about her intuition. You've got two messages, one wanting to come in right away. The other one is on delay, because it's like, are you going to listen to the intuition? Are you going to listen to Divine or not? This is a really, really strong, powerful reading for you guys. Wow. Because when you do decide to listen to your intuition, your balance is going to come back. Okay? Your balance is going to come back. And it's also going to teach you more, okay? Because remember, in the beginning, you're being enabled. And it's going to teach you more about life in general. It's going to teach you more about things that you need for the tools to survive and be out in the world. Now, if you're already out in the world and maybe married, this is going to be teaching you more tools for your relationship. Okay, this is going to be teaching you more for your relationship. However, we got Pentacles in here, so this is more about somebody's career, I think. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Definitely have an opportunity for a lot of things out there. This is, again, this is a choice decision. And the Wheel of Fortune, they have me looking at the books. This is about education. So some of you that are in school, really looking at your future in your whatever you're studying, seriously, this is definitely an opportunity to open a door. I don't know who this is for. Okay. Right, Cancers, I really think you're in a crossroad here. I don't know who this is, but I believe that you're in a crossroad. And this, you got to be really taking time to make this decision, but you need to also go really easy with yourself and, take a deep breath and relax, because this is not a comfortable time for you right now. However, don't stress yourself out. Go with the flow. Ask the Divine and just say, hey, I'm leaving it up to you. You're going to have to show me. Show me the door. I'll go through it. And that's where your adaptability has to come in. All right. All right. Let's see what else he's got here. Oh, wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So somebody here keeps going to the past. Okay, so we have the Eight of Swords. Somebody keeps going to the past, and this is where you're making it harder on yourself for making your decision. Okay, even if you see and hear a confirmation, you're still going to struggle with that because you are still thinking in the past. This is the Eight of Swords is more of the victim card. thinking about the past hurts, past pains, past sufferings, past, and you just can't seem to get past that. Okay? The reason why we have the death card next, it needs to end. This past thinking needs to end. The past is the past. So if something happened and it was traumatic, you need to heal from it so that you can move forward, because you're limiting yourself. Okay? Where did I see that limit? We are limiting ourselves, okay, from our past. Okay? And the thing is, with the death card, it will end, but it's a new transformation. This is a new transformation. And why I said wow is because the death card is an ending. It is it's a number 11, okay, in the arcana. They're the major arcana. It's the number 11, where it is also in numerology the number 2. So it's going to bring things together. It's going to rip it apart. Living in the past is going to continue if you're in a relationship to rip it apart. If you stop living in the past and comparing everything to the past, it is going to bring that relationship together, because you are looking at that person brand new, as a whole, somebody different, somebody with different journey, things like that. So you're going to bring it together. If it is a career or whatever, you're just leaving that past behind. I used to do this too. I used to go to my new job, because I've been an entrepreneur so long. I went to a new job and I'd say, well, and I went from one manufacturing company to another. One was very efficient. The second one was not so efficient. And I would say, well, in my last job, wow, the software was so efficient. So I began to notice that I was saying, in my last job, we can't do that. In my last relationship, in my last whatever, we can't do that. We just can't do that, because it's holding us back. The reason why I said this was interesting too, we have the Death, the King of Cups, and we have the Knight of Swords. So with something ending, yes, it's going to be uncomfortable, because it's the number 5 in numerology. And that's why you need to go with the flow to see what happens. Okay, to see what happens, then you allow that new, fresh door to open, not an old past door, but a new, fresh door to open. And then the Knight of Swords is allowed to come in with what he wants. And that could be really quick, depending on how you do that. All right. So we're running out of time here. I'm going to see if there is anything else. And then I'm going to do a love and relationship. Definitely love and relationship. Because most of the time in my readings, Divine will be doing some type of answer to somebody's question, some maybe inner work, maybe trying to stop you to protect you, whatever it is. All right. So usually there isn't so much love and relationships. Yeah. Oh my gosh. What a message. What a message. So I got goosebumps for somebody. So remember, in the very beginning, the balance is off. Okay. That's because you're living from your past. You're thinking from your past. And somebody enabled and spoiled. And now it's to the point where they're like, okay, well, if my mothers and dad wouldn't have spoiled me, let me tell you, I was there. But you can't do that. If I wasn't spoiled, I wouldn't be this way. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't be that way. Or if I was this, I wouldn't be the way that I am today. That's a bunch of bunk and excuse, and just now is now, and now is how you have to live. And the thing is that when Divine is talking to you, he's literally talking to somebody, because we have the Hierophant and Temperance card again. So he's saying, listen to me, let me help you, let me guide you, let me answer what you need, let me help you with that pain, let me heal you, let me protect you, let me do this, and listen to me, and your balance will come back. And you will feel, I mean, I've been through this. I'm firsthand witness of this. Your balance comes back. You're more peaceful. You're more joyful. You're more quiet. You're more yourself, your authentic self. It is a wonderful, wonderful feeling. But again, the card that is your challenge card is about, you've got to be able to listen to somebody of a higher wisdom. Not knowledge. Knowledge is earthly. Wisdom is divine, is second dimensional. Okay, we want wisdom. We don't want really knowledge, because here's the thing about wisdom. You get wisdom, knowledge will come. You get knowledge doesn't mean you'll get the wisdom. Think about that. I'll say that again. You can get wisdom first, divine, second dimensional, unseen, from a higher power. Then you can get knowledge. If you get knowledge, which is earthly, through books and learning and all the stuff that humans teach, then you can't get you can get earthly wisdom, but you cannot get spiritual wisdom. Think about it. All right, so let's go to love and relationships real quick before we go. And any other announcements while I'm shuffling? Again, new moon on the 10th. Oh, dailies are still going Monday through Friday. Little 1-minute dailies. Subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll be notified when those are on. Just a 1-minute inspiration for you to start your days. They do come on very, very early. So, and that's the thing is divine, and I want you to have a great inspiration for your day. Something to lift you up and keep you going through the day. So that's for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell on that. And the other thing is, I'm going on vacation, guys. I haven't had a vacation for I don't know how many years. I think we were figuring out 4 or 5 years. So I'm going to be going on vacation. I will be keep doing records. I don't know if I'm going to do one from where I'm at, but I will be going from the 24th through the 4th of July. And I probably will do a couple lives, because if you are in the Orlando, Florida area, I will be at Universal and Disney World. So if you're there, you know, hey, message me, email me, say, hey, we're going to be there. I'd love to meet you. I would love to meet my viewers. Love to meet my viewers and shake your hands. Love you guys. I love you guys. But I might do a reading while I'm there. I didn't tell my daughter. So it would be fun to do a live one from there. Anyway, we'll see what happens. And she'll say, you're on vacation. But anyway, let's get to your, so that's the only news. Okay. But don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. So for the love and relationships, the winged wise ones. So this is about angelic help, miraculous aid. This is about a time really to listen to your intuition in your love relationships and your relationships. This is a time where you really go with the flow. This is a time with Mercury retrograde not to fight. Diffuse it, diffuse it, diffuse it. If you can hold off until after the 22nd of June, the outlook of that will be very different. The responses will be very different. And the thing is, we have to really be arguing. We should not be fighting there. You don't have to fight. You don't have to fight. If you both know how to be articulate and you're compassionate to each other's perspectives, there's no fight. Period. You can actually agree to disagree, but you need to hear the other person out. That is the angelic help. That is saying, I love you enough to diffuse this because I don't want to say something I will regret. I don't want to do something I will regret. That's unconditional love. I want to hear your perspective. I want to go and process what you've told me, and let's move forward. That's the miraculous aid, because if you do that type of technique, you'd be very surprised at the outcome. Oh my gosh, I didn't even look at this. Boy, Divine is so funny today. Mediate, and contemplate. What did I just say? Diffuse it, go back and process it, contemplate it, think about it, and then go back and then discuss it after the 22nd of June. All right. So this is something to help a relationship. And I will say, and this is the number 7. Again, this is for your potential for your relationship to grow. Okay. This is about growing your relationship to the next level or a closer bond. Okay. We don't want it to be the number 2 where it's going to split it. Okay. Because we have the number 2 in here. So we don't want to split it. We want to bring it together. And because this might be a new technique for somebody, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's the number 5. It's going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel sort of like a novice. Give it a try a couple of times. Don't give up after the first time. Just say, no, I'm going to try this and I'm going to see if it really works. It does. It really does. It works if you actually begin the conversation with I feel, I need, I'm whatever. You don't start, well, you. Anytime you put the word you in the beginning of a sentence, you're pointing fingers, you're pointing blame, you're point. Will destruct completely. But if you put, I feel when you do, when you leave the cabinet doors open, I feel a little nervous because I've hit my head twice on the cabinet door. So I feel like I'm nervous when I walk into the kitchen. Is it possible you could close the cabinet doors when you're done? It starts with an I. You leave the cabinet doors open and then I hit my head. Blame. Okay. That's what all this is about for your love and your relationships this week. It is about communication because it is Mercury retrograde. All right. So this has been your reading, Cancer. I hope this has helped some of you. I know it may not have resonated with all of you because it is a general reading. But don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please bring a friend if you find this is interesting or fun. And also, too, don't forget, I will be on vacation from the 24th through the 4th. But I will be recording videos so that you guys have videos every day. All right. Take care. Don't forget to walk in absolute truth. And that's your authentic self and love. Take care.